All right, everybody, welcome to the Dream Dynasty team call. We have a special guest speaker tonight, Miss Andrea Rivas. And do I say that right? Rivas?
Rivas, yeah, you're right. That's totally it.
I always want to put like a Rivas. So she's going to be guest speaking for us tonight. She has also been another coach that came to Coach Summit. And she was feeling kind of like a little stagnant in her business before she went there. And then she just had a fire lit underneath her. And since she's come back, she has added like multiple coaches to her team. Her coaches are now adding coaches to their teams. And which is exactly what this business is about, is just duplication. Just do what everybody else is doing and you're going to see success. Before I give it over to you, I do want to mention that I was chatting to some people this week about Success Club. We're coming up on the end of the month and making Success Club and things like that. So always remember, take it back to the basics. Like anybody that has reached out to you about a challenge pack and said no, shoot them a message. Let them know you're running your next group in November. Those are all follow-ups to do. Do what works. Always resort back to your transformation photo, right? And follow up with a call to action at the bottom of it, because that's always going to draw interest in. Or let them know that you've got 2 more spots open in your group. Nobody knows how many spots you've signed or given up or anything like that, or if you've actually opened up 2 more spots. But always take it back to the basics. But one key thing to always remember is that if you're not posting on social media at least once a day, minimum once a day, then essentially your business isn't really open, right? It's kind of like the workout programs. They don't work unless you do them. It's kind of like the business. It doesn't work for you unless you do the vital behaviors, right? So as long as you're doing those vital behaviors, your business is going to grow. It's been proven multiple times over and over again. So I just wanted to throw that in there just because I had a couple questions about that this week. So I'm going to go ahead and hand it over to the gorgeous Miss Andrea, and we get to listen to her for tonight. So take it over, Andrea.
You are so sweet. So yeah, I'm Andrea. I'm really excited to talk to you guys today. So I'm going to share pretty much my story, what to post, because I know a lot of us new coaches, we are just like, what do I post? You don't really know what you're doing and where to start or what you should, what's going to attract people to your post. And I'm going to show you at the very end how to edit your pictures in a way that people will find more appealing, which has helped me a lot, actually. So first, I used to be a completely different person. I was like, before I was pregnant with Cammie, I drank a lot, I smoked a lot, I did a lot of stuff that I'm really not proud of. And, I got pregnant and then I stopped doing all those things because I had to. I wasn't going to be that mom, doing all those things pregnant. But then I kind of felt like I lost a piece of myself because that's like what I did to be happy. I didn't realize what I was doing to, a fake happy all the time. So, I was pregnant, it was all good. And then after I had Cammie, I had like really bad postpartum depression. I was like, okay, is this it? I couldn't find my happy without all those other things before. And I didn't want to be a mom like that. So I got really, really depressed. And I was just like, I don't want to be this mom. I don't. And then actually the reason I even got started on this business is because my sister-in-law started doing the 21-day fix. She got all into it, was trying to get me to buy it. I never bought it. It was expensive. And I was like, no. And she didn't give me all the options. So she only told me about the challenge pack. So I ended up buying the 21-day fix actually on a BST site on Facebook. And it was like only $5 cheaper than I would have bought it online. And I told her about it and she was like, you could have bought it from me. And then she got pissed and never talked to me, right? She it kind of cut me off. So that's, I was like, ooh, okay, that sucks. So I posted in a mom group and this chick, Heidi, was like, here, I'm my coach, Michelle. And she posted, added me to her group. And I started being in her group. And a huge reason of why I'm here is because I didn't know Michelle. And she's still she commented on my post. She messaged me and I asked her what's all this lemon water? What's all this stuff about? And she went on and she, helped me without even knowing who I was. And then she was doing her vitals and she would comment on my pictures of Cammie and be like, oh, she's so cute and all this stuff. And I was like, this is a time in my life, guys, when I had nobody. I want to tear up. I didn't have anybody, I had no friends. I was after my party stage, I had nobody that related to me. So to see her, it was really I want to be like that. So I signed up as a coach, out of the blue. And I was an easy sell for Michelle, probably she would say. I messaged her and I was like, so what do you do? How do I do this? And the reason I signed up to coach was not to make money initially, right? I signed up because I felt the happiest I had ever felt in years. So I wanted other people to feel that way. And my first round of the 21 Day Fix in Michelle's group, I lost 15 pounds. And they advertise on the ads like 15 pounds, lose up to 15 pounds. And I was like the max. That was my transformation. And so I was like, I can do this. So I signed up right away. And then, so that's how pretty much my story of how I even started doing this. So the reason I love doing it too is because I can relate to so many people that felt like I did. And it feels good to be in a better place in my life where I don't even think about those things anymore. I used to justify all I did, be like, oh, it's not that bad. It's, whatever. And it's not justifiable. And I like to help people realize that now, that you don't need those things in your life to be happy. So with that said, I'm going to start with your vital behaviors. So a huge thing I want to ask you to ask yourself right now, are you doing business building activities or business related activities? Because when I first started, I was just doing business related. I thought I was doing the stuff, scrolling through Facebook, commenting here and there on random pictures, not really tracking stuff. But you have to track your stuff. That's one huge thing I learned. If you just comment on one girl's post and then you don't write down that you commented on her post, you're going to forget about it. You're never going to see her on your news feed again, and you will never connect with her. So you have to find some way to track them. You can use Asana. I know Michelle uses that one, and I use that one too. Or just write down these names, because you can go back to their page, keep growing a relationship with them. So anyway, vital behaviors. We all know about that. Invite, be a product of the product, and what's the last one? Personal development and shake. So you guys, the inviting is the least fun part. And that's why it's called a business. You don't want to do all those things, you want to do the fun stuff, like making your posts. Like I used to spend like hours on my posts, like to find the perfect post. And then like I get like 2 likes. So I was like, okay, like what, like why isn't anybody coming to me? You have to invite. And I have honestly been slacking this month doing that myself, but really what you're going to get like 50 no's before you get 1 yes. Because you can invite the first of the month and then keep posting, keep sharing your posts, like your transformation, your workouts. And then 3 weeks later, they might message you the same month, which has happened to me. And they're like, okay, so what's this all about? Like, tell me again about it. And then that's where you get your sale. So you really have to focus on those activities. So I used to not block out time to do this, but you have to block out business hours. You need to work at like a real business if you want it to be a real business. Either wake up extra early, an hour before your kid, or do it at night, whatever. And if you're going to say you don't have time, I don't want to hear that, because none of us have time. I work 30 to 40 hours a week. I take 6 classes. I have a 2-year-old daughter. And you probably don't know this, but I literally do homework any chance I get. And a huge part of why I think I've done better lately is because I stopped complaining about all that I had to do. I still post about it on social media and like share like how it stresses me out. But I used to literally, guys, all day be like, oh my God, like I have to do this. Oh my God, I have to do that. Like, oh my God, I don't have time for this. And it was making me unhappy, and it was not fueling me. So if you're doing stuff that's not making you happy, you need to really like reevaluate. Does anyone have any questions? Sorry, I kind of go really fast, I know. Okay, am I talking slow enough? Because I know I talk like text like New York and like, okay, perfect. So yeah, make sure you're doing business building activities, like actually sending out those invites and being a product of the product. A huge thing that I was doing before that I definitely don't do now is I wouldn't even do my workout. I would do like a little snippet. I would post it on my Instagram stories. Like before I went to Summit, I would like try, and I would just go on a run. Like I'd run and do my own separate workout and not do the programs. And I'd do like a little snippet, and you'd be like, okay, like I can be a fitness coach, but do this other thing. Which still was bull crap. Like, and the reason that's crap is because people like, no, they don't feel like your enthusiasm for what you're doing. So you have to fully immerse yourself in this, what you're doing. You need to be a product of the product. For new coaches, this is mostly for you and my coaches that hopefully watch this later. Do your workout, do your Shakeology. And whenever you post stuff, do not post, look at my Shakeology, look at my workout, look at my Beachbody workout, because that is the number one thing that's going to drive people away immediately. Because if you're just putting Beachbody Shakeology, they're going to be like, oh, she's going to try to sell me. Like, and they'll probably unfollow you. I literally do that. If I see It Works or any other MLM that's like literally product, I'll unfollow them. But there is one person I follow that's an It Works coach that I went to high school with. I follow her because she's actually posts valuable things. And let me ask you, this is one thing I do for my posts too. Whenever you're posting stuff, ask yourself, is this inspiring? Is this informative? Or, God, I have it written down. Where is it? But it's really good stuff anyway. But is this inspiring? Is it informative? And is this informational? So people, I used to post a lot about my kid, and that's fine to post pictures of your kid, but make sure that people find value in it. Like when you write a post, read it to yourself and think, would someone else read this? Are they going to find something in there that they could use? Is it going to inspire them? Is it going to inform them of something they didn't know? Or is it going to be, you know, anything? Like, are they going to feel something? A lot of the times I would just post like, oh, my dinner, like so much fun, yummy, yummy, whatever. And it's like, how does that help somebody else? So like today I did a simple, delicious, nutritious, silly post. Like it was just like my snack, hummus and tomatoes and whatever. And that's just simple. And people can, you know, get ideas from that. And it's not like super crazy or anything, but it's still showing people I'm showing up. I'm still eating healthy. I'm not, you know, I haven't fallen off the face of the planet because I've been busy and that's all I've had time to do. So just make sure you don't fall off the face of the planet and people are still seeing your post and what you're doing. So vital behaviors, that's that. Instagram stories, building your brand. So Instagram stories has helped me a lot with building my brand because you can show people parts of you that they can't see online, like in posts. Like it's way different. Like when you read my post, you can see stuff, you know, you read it and you're like, oh, I connect. But like when you show them, like you act it, you are talking to them, they want to see that. And I don't know if you guys have listened to Chalene Johnson's sons, Brock Johnson's, like the, what's it called? Social Media Moneymakers podcast. It is a really good podcast for stuff like that. He posts really good stuff about how to grow your business through social media. And they're like short, 14, 15 minutes. So I usually listen to them in the car. But he did one where it was like what people like to, actually, I don't know if it was him or Chalene, but like what people like to watch and what they don't. People probably don't want to watch like an ongoing snippet of your dog, or they don't want to watch like you just, which I did that before too, you know, I've made all these mistakes and you just have to learn from them, but don't be scared to. But post stuff that is going to make them want more, like curiosity, like build, like make them want to know. Like any little thing that you think that would interest you if you were watching, post that and do behind the scenes stuff. And that stuff has, okay, literally the most random things that I've been doing have been like, if I like put Trevor in my video, I'd be like, haha, he's lame, or something silly, like, oh, look at him picking his nose, which I didn't do that, but something like silly like that, people will like, random people I don't even know, be like, haha, like that's funny or something. And then you just have like a connection right there. So don't be afraid to show your real life and show people the mess in your house and all this good stuff. Because I used to be like obsessed with, you know, cleaning up and stuff and not showing my imperfections, which I'll get to that later actually, which is something in the future to talk about. But anyway, so yeah, Instagram stories, show your true self. Don't be saying stuff that you wouldn't say. I would do that a lot in the beginning, but talk as if you're talking to your significant other or your best friend or your kid. Like sometimes Kimmy will do something really dumb and I'll be like, yeah, like Kimmy just did this. And like, oh my God, like I can't stand it. Like I have to clean all this up, which I want to give a shout out, by the way, to Glenda. Her live video was hilarious. Like I literally was cracking up and Trevor was like, what are you laughing at? And then I showed him and he cracked up. He doesn't even know Glenda. And he was cracking up about her little thermos, like the explosion. And I was like, oh my God, that's like hilarious. So I think I need to work on doing a lot less structure in my live videos because that alone got like over 1K like views, I think now. And it was entertaining. And now people are going to draw her to her page more. So that was awesome. Good job, Glenda. But yeah, so that's that. And then lastly, I wanted to talk about editing your pictures. So I listened to this other podcast. Well, before I talk about editing your pictures, you should be trying every day to build a marketing or a business thing. So I know we do a lot of personal development, but I think that I really enjoy doing now too is signing up for online webinars, signing up for like stuff like how to make your Instagram pictures pretty. I signed up for this like how to build your business on Pinterest. And it's like little like 30-minute tidbits of like just how you could keep growing. And so I started finally, like I bought a domain and I got a website. And now I'm going to start trying to use Pinterest to build my website and to post recipes and stuff on there. And people automatically will draw to Pinterest. And this is a random webinar I watch, but whenever you see webinars and trainings, sign up. You need to invest in your business because a lot of things I wasn't doing in the beginning was I was not investing into the business. I was just doing what I already knew, what I did. Random, but talking about investments, invest in a tripod. Like no lie, go buy a tripod. It's like $15 on Amazon. You can make videos of yourself, take selfies. You can use a self timer to take pictures of yourself. And so speaking of pictures, so when you're taking your Instagram pictures and for your Facebook pictures, something that Brock Johnson was saying on his Social Media Moneymakers podcast was think of your Instagram as a story. Like when you scroll through it, is it a story that you would like to watch? Is it a story that catches your eye? And then he says too that a lot of things that, you know, we don't want to say it and we don't want to say it and we don't want to believe it. We want people to see our true selves, but people, honestly, they want pretty pictures. They want to see something that's appealing to their eye. If it's like dark and black and, you know, just like, I do my sweaty selfies too, but like if it's not physically and like catches your eye, they're not going to want to stop the scroll and read what you wrote. So you have to make sure your picture is scroll stopping. It's worthy of a stop. Even if it's like, it sounds ridiculous, but what's helped a lot in my post, Brock Johnson said to make as white of a picture as you can. So I started using, he said I'm not sure if it was him, but somebody, actually I think I did an Instagram webinar. It's a app called Lightroom. And I don't know if it's paid or not, but I go there, no matter what picture I take, no matter what my lighting is, I go there and I go to the white setting and I just make it extra white. And it sounds weird, but it doesn't make your picture more white. It just makes it brighter. It lights up the room instead of like this yellow tint you see right now. It makes it like a whiter, more appealing, like clean, crisp picture. And people want clean and crisp. It's going to attract them. We are so used to seeing all these. I mean, yes, we can post them here and there. I do too, and I don't have time, but you have to have an appealing picture. I take at least like maybe 10 to 20 pictures before I get that one good picture. And I'm not saying that you have to waste your whole time doing this, but a huge part of it is what's all online. What they see is online. So it has to be appealing to them. Make sure that you're doing posting graphics that are appealing. So that's all I really had to do about that. I kind of went through it really, really fast, I know, or maybe it was slow and I just talked a lot. But does anybody have any questions?
You did awesome.
Oh, thank you.
I agree.
One random thing. Sorry, I had to add this. Mm-hmm. So if you haven't gone to a Super Saturday or a Super Sunday or any type of Beachbody event, go. Because going to Summit, if you guys don't know, I'm from Texas. I had never met Michelle, never met anybody on this team. And then I went to Summit. And by the way, I know it seemed like, okay, I went to Summit, but like, that was the scariest decision I ever made. I was going to meet people I did not know. And I'm like, I am an extrovert, but I'm an introvert too. Like I'm really shy and I really care about what people think about me. So I was super scared to like step out of my comfort zone, sleep in a room with people I don't even know. But the good thing was that I knew them because they share the same beliefs and, the same values that I did. So I kind of knew it was going to be okay. I knew I wouldn't be ditched or anything. Everyone loves each other. So that was nice. But if you're like me and you're in Texas far away from your team, find a Super Saturday or a Super Sunday near you. Your next one, sign up, go now. You can experience the people around you, people that care about the things that you're doing to, grow and help other people. And don't forget the bottom line is serving others. Serve others, over-deliver yourself. Help people as much as you can because that's going to pay back. Even if they're like never, they don't ask if they're interested in something. If they ask you a question, help them, help people grow. And so when you go to these events too, you see how all these people want to help everybody and you're just like, whatever. I went with Trevor. Like I had nobody here. So I went with Trevor. I go with him. But sign up to one today and you need to do that. That's a huge thing to do. Go to events for sure. But okay, I think that's all.
That was amazing. And I second what Andrea said. I went to my first Super Saturday all by myself, 2 hours away from where I live, because I had just heard like all this fabulousness about it and I wanted to experience it. And it was the real deal. Like everybody is like super nice, upbeat. It was the best thing I've ever experienced. And Summit, yeah, like Andrea completely like messaged me one day. She's like, I'm doing it. I'm coming. I'm buying my ticket. And she came by herself to New Orleans, like traveled there by herself. It was crazy awesome, but it was the best time. Like I honestly can't remember like the last time I had such a good time. Like it was awesome. So be sure to get January 6th on your calendars for Super Saturday. And Summit next June is when Summit. It's like the third weekend in June, I think it is. So yeah, that's awesome. Like you nailed so many different things there, like building business activities versus business related activities. Guilty, right? Jax is in school right now and I spend way too much time just scrolling. And now I've got it in my head that I'm like, no, Michelle, you are working. You are not scrolling. You are working because you do. Why waste your time? Why wait? Like, I have no excuses other than just to get my shit done, right? I always think like Jax was 8 months old when I started this business. I was waitressing full time. Like my cat's puking behind me right now. That's awesome. That's great. That's so gross. I looked at it. Nasty. I love the don't be perfect. Nobody wants perfection. And do you know what? Actually, Andrea, I loved when you said sweaty selfies versus scroll stopping. Such a good point. You're right. People want, as much as we want to, and I've often thought this about Instagram too, like as much as you want to prove that anybody can do this and that sort of stuff, just those random like sweaty selfies and stuff aren't scroll stopping. It's like people aren't going to stop for that, right?
Yeah, that's something to save, I think, for Instagram stories and Facebook stories, like on behind the scenes thing. And then you can post in your pretty picture. Like I posted that picture of me, like kind of decently cute workout. And I was like, look at my story for like how messy I looked at the end. You can add, and they can check out the actual ugly stuff later.
Absolutely. But it's like your business front, it's your storefront, right? And you want people to be, it's attraction marketing, right? You want people to be drawn into you, to know, like, and trust you, right? So I like that. And I'm definitely downloading Lightroom. I'm going to check that out. And I like the idea about webinars, signing up for that. So it's an investment in your business. And I think a lot of the time what happens with this is we bring new coaches in and they're a little bit, I was like that too in the beginning too. You're a little bit hesitant. You're not sure if you can do this. The confidence isn't there. And then you realize that our team is we're just like each other, right? And then you start to get this confidence and you start to be like, okay, I think I can do this. I want to do this. And then all of a sudden you just take off and you start like, okay, so how can I invest in my business and where should I spend my time? Where should I spend my money? So if you guys have any questions about any of that sort of stuff, like Andrea has done some stuff, I've done some stuff, Shauna has, Christina has, Heather has, there's so many of us on the team that have actually like invested some money into our businesses. So be sure to shoot us a message. We're open books with all this stuff. Ultimately, our goal is to not be more successful than anybody on this team. We want everybody, ultimately, nothing would make me happier than seeing everybody like surpass, like take off, make this your business, be successful. Guys are doing amazing. Amazing. So thank you so much, Andrea, for guest speaking tonight. And I'm certain you'll be back on here again as well, but I know you're starting to balance like doing your own thing too, starting to take off on your own team calls. So thank you. Does anybody have any questions or anything before we get off tonight? No, it was pretty informative. I want to get to work. I want to go download that app. Take a picture. All right.
And go clean up your cat puke.
Take a picture of it and text it up to friends.
Ew.
Yeah, post that. People like that picture.
Oh God.
Instagram story this.
Right. Get that right filter on there.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, you guys have a good night. Thank you so much for hopping on.
Bye.
Bye.